Alright, I know what you're thinking. BB Mac making a Pokemon video? What? so, let me explain here. So, for those of you who may not know, because some of you probably don't know because you've only joined my channel, like, as of the last year, but I used to exclusively only make Pokemon content. But I never actually talked about this. The reason I stopped is genuinely the sole reason is just Scarlet and Violet and how, like, actual rushed, awful games they are. Like, sure, the story might be better than Sword and Shield, but as games, like, with the graphics and bugs, Sword and Shield is much better. Sorry, but it is. So, yeah, it kind of killed Pokemon for me. I didn't even get the DLC until earlier this year. And just remember, it's March. so, yeah. I didn't want to make another Pokemon video, but then I started Pokemon Horizons, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to get my hopes up just yet, but Pokemon Horizons has sort of brought my love for Pokemon back. Well, I wouldn't say my love, but my spark for Pokemon back. In fact, I shiny hunted a Rockruff in Pokemon Sun and Moon the other day, and it didn't take me long to get it. so um, yeah, Pokemon Horizons. Who would have thought that all that they had to do was revamp the whole anime, and my spark for Pokemon would come back. So yeah, I feel passionate to make Pokemon videos again. So yeah. Plus, we're kind of running out of ideas anyway, aren't we? So yeah. But hopefully my newer viewers like this content anyway. But anyway, enough stalling. Today, I am ranking the members of the Rising Volt Tacklers. So, if you haven't seen Pokemon Horizons, TLDR, it's about sky pirates. They have an airship and they go around, on adventures. They do jobs as well for funds, obviously, and they're also diverse as well. You'll see. It's like they're really cool. I like them, but yeah, I'm going to be ranking the members of the Rising Volt Tacklers, but I do have one rule. I'm not including the Pokemon, because even though most of the Pokemon are functioning members of the crew that do help around the ship, I don't think it's fair to include them all because, like, it's the humans that are, like, the main, like, crew members. I was originally going to include Liko's grandma, but she left because I haven't actually finished season 1 yet. I'm only on, like, episode 40, so yeah. Please do not comment any spoilers. I've already been spoiled with so many big things that haven't happened yet. That haven't even aired yet, by the way. So if you're one of those people that spoils everything, you should be ashamed of yourself. Sorry, but yeah. And if you post any spoilers in the comments, I will delete them and I will ban you from this channel. But yeah, anyway. We're ranking the Rising Volt Tacklers. And to start with, we have Ludlow. I want to make it clear I do not hate any of these characters. They're all good in their own way, but Ludlow's my least favorite out of the crew. He just hasn't done anything yet. Like, again, like I said, I haven't finished season 1 yet. I've still got, like, I want to say, around 6 episodes left. So, yeah. So Ludlow might do something, but he has helped a couple of things. He's not done nothing. He just hasn't done much. He's kind of underdeveloped. He also looks like a Drampa as well, and I can't unsee that. I don't like that style when like a character's beard covers their mouth. I don't know. It's weird. I hate it with Drayden as well from Black and White, but yeah. But Ludlow does have a Quagsire, and his Quagsire is hilarious. So yeah. And he's always fishing. Even when they're on land, he's fishing. What's that about? The ship was actually his, but spoilers, they converted it into an airship basically without his permission, but he just went along with it, and now he's a member of the crew. So that's really funny. Anyway, in the C rank, we have Orla. The only reason I'm putting her here is because I think she's too underdeveloped, especially like compared to the other members. Like, I think she's the most underdeveloped member, to be honest. Like, I don't know if you'll agree with that. She has had a couple episodes, like, she had an episode where she met this girl whose name I don't remember, who makes Pokeballs, and she asked, the girl asked her if she wanted to stay in, like, because Orla's, like, a maintenance worker. She, like, works on maintenance and stuff, so she asked her if she wanted to do that, but she said that no, because the ship really needs her, because she built the ship, by the way. Like, she's the one that converted the ship into an airship, so yeah. Now she works on the ship as their, like, engineer and maintenance worker. And she has a Metagross as well. She also has like the fire types on the ship, power it, which I find so funny that it's steam powered. So that's really funny. Anyway, Molly, and we're gonna put Molly in B tier because she's a little bit more developed than Orla. Molly is a Nurse Joy. It's very obvious, to be honest. Like I don't see, like, that's not a spoiler because I instantly clicked that. I mean, she has a Chansey. And she has the pink hair loop that all the Nurse Joys have. So it was very obvious the whole time that she was a Nurse Joy. Plus, she's the ship's doctor, Like, she's not a doctor, but, like, she, like, keeps everyone safe. You know, if they're hurt, she'll heal them and heal their Pokemon and all that stuff. She does checkups on the Pokemon as well, so yeah. But yeah, the most obvious thing that she was a Nurse Joy. Like, I don't count that as a spoiler because I totally saw that coming. But she has had a few episodes and a few moments to shine as well, like when she saved a mouse hold. That is a Pokemon, yes. And I think she had other moments as well, but I don't quite remember them, to be honest. Like, so much has happened in this series, wow. But yeah, she has a little bit more development in Orla. I know it's kind of hard to develop all of them because hang on. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 crew members? 8 crew members. So it's going to be hard to develop all of them, but still, I wish they would develop these characters a little bit more. Anyway, I feel like people are going to not like me for this. Dot is in the B tier. Now, I like Dot. I love Dot. And I'm going to talk about why, obviously, like, she's kind of popular. Because Dot is an introvert, and she's also a YouTuber. But her YouTube persona, if I remember, I'll put it on the screen somewhere, is Nido Thing. Basically a big Nidoran. And, see, when Dot's just normal Dot, she speaks, you know, kind of slow and shy because obviously she's introverted. But when she's Nido Thing, she's hyper energetic and, you know, actually functions as a human. So yeah, and I really like that. That's really cool and relatable. Like, she's probably the most relatable character to like most people in Pokemon history, to be honest. And she's always on her phone as well. Instead of leaving the ship, she just FaceTimes everyone just so she can still experience what's going on when they go on missions. And that is so also relatable. But she has started to come out of her shell a bit more. And she caught Quaxley, and then she caught Tinka in the most recent episode that I watched. But yeah, I do like her, but I just like the other ones more, and that's really all. A tier. Okay, first A tier is Roy. Now, Roy is just Ash. Like, literally. He's literally just Ash again. Like, obviously the point of the series is that Ash and Pikachu are no longer the protagonists, so it's like a completely different show. And side note, they have done really well at making this have its own identity. Like, literally, the only reference to the original series that I've seen is Liko hair clip looks like the symbol on Ash's original hat, and that's literally it. Like, the only things these two shows have in common is Pokemon. But aside from that, they're completely different, so I really do appreciate that. But Roy is literally just Ash. He gets excited when he meets new Pokemon, he wears a cap for crying out loud, and literally his outfit is just Ash's Journey's outfit. Like, just different colors, obviously. So, yeah, Roy is just Ash. Like, I know I keep repeating myself, but, like, he is. He also, the reason he joined the Rising Volt Tacklers is because Fuecoco wanted him to. Because Fuecoco was already a member of the crew, but then he got lost and he met Roy on Roy's hometown. And then Roy caught him, and then Roy went and joined the Rising Volt Tacklers, and now he goes on adventures with them. He's basically Liko's traveling companion, except they're all her traveling companions technically. So yeah, I really do love how different this show feels compared to the original series. Like, it's so refreshing to have a completely different story. Anyway, speaking of Liko, obviously she's in a high tier. I do like Liko. I love that she's a female protagonist, you know. It's cool to have a female protagonist in Pokemon. Obviously, like, there's been female main characters in Pokemon, like Misty and Dawn, but we've never really had a female protagonist before. So that's really cool. And obviously, I do have to say, though, and I feel like people will agree with me, I'm so sick of hearing her say Leafage. Like, Leafage is her Sprigatito's main attack, but I'm so sick of her saying it. And every time she's battling, it's like, Sprigatito, use Leafage. Now use Leafage again. Even more Leafage. And it's like, come on, Liko. Liko also has this pendant, but it turned out to be a Terrapogos, like, you know, the legendary from the DLC. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit annoyed that it has such a big prominent role in the series, yet it's a DLC exclusive Pokemon. Like, what? It's cute, though. It's cute. But yeah, her and Roy's missions are to find the 6 hero Pokemon. I won't spoil who they are, but it is actually quite, you know, fun to watch. I really do enjoy it. They do go on adventures together, obviously, but, like, they still go back to the ship. They're not traveling with each other. They're traveling with the Rising Volt Tacklers. And I actually do have to say, most of the episodes so far there's been a couple in Kanto, but most of them have took place in Galar and Paldea, obviously because they're the most underdeveloped regions, because Journey's decided to, you know, travel every region rather than just Galar. So yeah, But it was really nice to actually have some time in Galar for once. So thank you, Pokemon, for doing that. And even though we haven't spent much time in Paldea, we spent more time than in Paldea than we did in Galar in Journeys, so it's fine. And I do like Liko's design. Like I said, her hair clip looks like Ash's hat, but that's really the only reference I've really seen to the original series, which I do appreciate. Anyway, I'm rambling now. Liko also probably has the best character arc out of them all, because she went from like being the shy schoolgirl to being a very confident Pokemon trainer. So that's really cool. Anyway, Murdoch is an S tier. Literally, the only reason I have him in S tier is because he has a Rockruff. Like, literally. If you don't know, Rockruff is my favorite Pokemon. I love Rockruff a lot. I have 3 Rockruff plushies. So, yeah. I also have a Rockruff figure up there somewhere, but you won't be able to see that because it's tiny. And, yeah, this was like 10 years ago, but my aunt painted me a Rockruff painting for my birthday once, like, when Pokemon Tournament first came out. So, yeah. That's how much I love Rockruff. But Murdoch is a good character on his own. He's like the chef of the ship, and if you look closely, his hair looks like a fork and knife, and I love that so much. That is such a cool detail. I also am like 90% sure that he is queer-coded, because there's an episode when they go to Galar, and they go to this restaurant, and I don't remember his name, but they meet one of like Murdoch's old like friends that he used to work with in a restaurant, but they had a falling out because Murdoch has an Alcremie, and his Alcremie is like a pink one, so it makes pink whipped cream, but his friend wanted it to be the green one to make his cakes better. So they ended up falling out, and then he left the restaurant because of that and started traveling with the Rising Volt Tacklers. But then they met up again and they made up and blah blah blah. But yeah, I was like 90% sure that they were dating, like 100%. He gives off that vibe, and he has a Rockruff, so yeah. It's also really good to actually have a black character, like, have a prominent role. I know Iris did as well, but aside from her and Kiawe, we haven't really had many black trainers in, like, in the main cast of Pokemon. I guess, I don't know what ethnicity Roy is, to be fair, though. Although he is from Kanto, so he's, like, technically Asian, so, I don't know, that's kind of a weird one there. But then, to be fair, Liko's from Paldea, which means she's Spanish, and she doesn't really look Spanish, so... don't know. Maybe someone in the comments can like explain that better to me. Anyway, if you've seen the series, you obviously know who my favorite member is. But in case you don't know, here he is. So this is Freed. He is, well, he's not the captain. His Pikachu is the captain of the ship, but he's basically the captain, like, obviously. He is the main, like, Rising Volt Tackler. He's not the main character, Liko and Roy are, but he's the main one of the crew, if that makes sense. Like, I don't really know what to say, because I love him so much. Like, he's generally my favorite, like, one of my most beloved character I've ever, like, had in Pokemon in a long time. So, yeah, that's saying a lot. It's mostly his personality, though, because he's so cool. Like, he really is. He rides his Charizard. Like, I know a lot of people have rode their Charizards. Even Ash rode his Charizard, but he rides it, and, like, and he saves people with it. Like, he saved Liko while on his Charizard, and he always just jumps into battle when needed as well. A lot of people have complained, though, that he's, like, too much of an ex machina for Liko and Roy, and he needs to back off a bit so they can get more independent. And, okay, I guess you do kind of have a point there, but I don't care, because I love Freed so much that I want him to get all the screen time. And his relationship with Captain Pikachu as well is so sweet. If Captain Pikachu counted, he would have been an S tier as well. But, yeah, Freed is my favorite character in Pokemon Horizons, and he's probably my favorite character in the whole Pokemon anime now. I'm sorry, Dawn and Misty, but, yeah. And also, he's an adult, so I'm allowed to say whatever I want about him, so, yeah. But anyway, that's my ranking of the Rising Volt Tacklers in Pokemon Horizons. Let me know who your favorite member is in the comments down below, and please don't hate me for ranking Dot so low. I'm sorry. And I think I'll be making more Pokemon videos, because I genuinely did enjoy making this. This was fun. But I'll see you all next time. Bye!